Welcome back once again to another AEW prediction video. We got two prediction videos going out. First, we got AEW All Out, which starts... it doesn't show the time on this one. But this was the announcement image that I found. It's red. The entire actual theme of it is blue, but this one was red at first because of Canada, but Toronto and the Toronto hockey team is blue. I'm running out of Maple Leafs, right? That's their name, I think. I don't watch hockey, sorry. AEW All Out. We also got WWE WrestlePalooza coming in an hour. I'm going to upload these an hour apart, so we got two videos coming today. Both wrestling prediction videos. While we wrap up the rest of my prediction videos for this year, I probably won't be doing prediction videos into 2026 because I'm going to change up a lot of things. I'm going to go from... I'm not going to be doing wrestling or football on this channel anymore. It will be primarily just video games, whether that be video games with friends for like funny moment videos, or we continue my main series video gaming stuff. Other than that, I will be starting a new channel that has football content, which I don't know if I've announced this or not, but I am now, I guess. It'll all be kind of a big announcement at the end of the year, but it's kind of some shit I've been working on. I plan on kind of revamping the channel and all that stuff, so I'm kind of excited to get towards the end of the year. I'm supposed, as we're getting more towards the end of the year, I kind of let things slide a little more as I'm working them out. But, yeah, wrestling content. I still want to talk wrestling some way, shape, or form. I don't know if that'll be immediately starting in 2026. It will happen at one point, though. I promise you that. But AEW All Out, we'll get into that now. AEW All Out, man, let me tell you, this booking on Dynamite, I don't watch Collision. First of all, I watch college football. Collision is not being prioritized over college football on my Saturdays. The only time I'll prioritize wrestling over college football is on pay-per-views. Other than that, I'm not fucking turning on Collision when we got an SEC matchup, or not even an SEC matchup, but Texas A&M and Notre Dame on this past weekend. I'm watching that. That was a great game. But because I'm a big football guy as well, so you're not taking that college football away from me, man. You can take some weekends for pay-per-views, but not that. And that was my kind of one big problem with, the fucking dumb cunts over at WWE. Be like, hey, let's fucking put one of our main pay-per-views, throw Brock Lesnar and John Cena and fucking AJ Lee's first match on there. God, dude, that's so annoying, man. That's so annoying. Nevertheless, at least I get a $10 discount on AEW All Out because first of all, I already pay for Max. I know a lot of people don't like this new thing because this is going to be the first debut pay-per-view on Max. But I already pay for Max. I've been paying for Max for the last 2 years. So really, I am truly getting a $10 discount because I was going to pay for Max anyway. So now instead of paying $50 for a pay-per-view, I'm only paying $40. So that's pretty nice. And now I gotta pay fucking $30 for a WWE pay-per-view, which fucking blows. But the new ESPN thing kind of looks nice. But I really think I'll only use it for wrestling, which sucks because now I'm only paying $30 a month for just wrestling, which in total ends up normally being around fucking $70 a month now because both WWE and AEW decide to run pay-per-views on the exact same fucking day or month, and WWE runs more than AEW, so that's even fucking worse. It sucks. It really does. But, I mean, whatever. AEW All Out hasn't been particularly booked very well. And if I'm being 100% honest with you, I'm not excited to watch this. I haven't been excited to watch really any wrestling. And that's not just AEW. It's WWE too, man. Nothing has been hitting. I'm actually excited for AJ Lee. That was the first thing in a long time in wrestling since maybe the start of this John Cena heel turn that I was genuinely excited for next week. Hey, what comes next? These last couple months, nothing's kept me on edge. Nothing makes me want to tune in for wrestling. But a Friday ago, when AJ Lee returned, it was like, man, I actually want to sit down and watch this now. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to Raw and SmackDown. After WrestlePalooza, I don't know if I will or not. AEW, they just have nothing to look forward to. I know if you're an AEW fan, you're probably going to hate me saying that, but I just think it's true. And people are going to say stop watching it. I still want to support AEW. I still want them to survive and thrive. And I'm not going to sit here and try and hate on them or on any way. because I do love AEW. I just don't think their shows have been necessarily good. And I love good storytelling in my wrestling. And don't get me wrong, AEW has some storytelling, but there's not like that week to week, man, I can't wait to watch and see what happens next in this story, or see what happens next between these two guys. That isn't there in AEW. It's not there in WWE either, but we're primarily talking about AEW here on this video. And AEW just doesn't have that. I mean, I'm liking the Cope and Cage reunion, but it just doesn't feel big enough. It doesn't feel like they prioritize it, you know. And then we're just putting the world champion in a match against the TNT champion. Well, now the TNT champion is going to take a pinfall loss, because we all know Kyle Fletcher isn't beating Adam Page. I don't know. I personally don't like the booking, but we'll get into the prediction video. We got 10 matches on this card. Remember, this is my opinion. You can have your own opinions. You can throw your own opinions down in the comments. I don't really give a fuck. Do whatever you want. But these are my opinions. If you hate them, fucking sucks, I guess. If you like them, cool, that's awesome, man. I'm glad we think the same. But there's no reason to hate. I mean, there really isn't. This is my opinion, and I'm gonna buy All Out. I'm gonna support AEW because I do like AEW, and I do want to watch I watch wrestling with my stepmom, so I do want to watch wrestling with my stepmom. Gives me a reason to kind of go over there and, you know, hang out with them. Even though I don't really need a reason, I do like to go over there and watch certain movies and stuff. But, you know, on these football weekends when I'm too busy watching football, this still gives me a reason to be like, hey, fuck football for the weekend, let's go over and watch some wrestling, you know? But it's going to be interesting to see how this weekend plays out. I'm excited for WrestlePalooza only because of AJ Lee. I don't give two flying fucks about Brock Lesnar and Cena, as I'll talk about it in about an hour. I guess I'll say about an hour. It's probably going to be like 30 minutes for me because I'm going to record that video right after this video. But match number 1, this is fucking weird. Big Bill's just calling out Eddie Kingston, who we didn't even know was cleared, and then they announced the match saying, hey, Eddie Kingston's gonna face Big Bill. Why didn't you just send Big Bill out on All Out to do that same exact fucking thing he did on Collision and challenge Eddie Kingston, and then have Eddie Kingston's grand return? Now you just spoiled everything, and it's terrible fucking creative. It's terrible fucking booking, dude. I don't know why you just announced the match, announced that, hey, Eddie Kingston's going to be there. Great, he's still going to get a good pop. He's Eddie Kingston. I mean, everyone loves Eddie Kingston. Now, granted, I'm going to be honest with you, Eddie Kingston, toward the end of his run, I thought was fucking boring. I think sucks. I don't think he's a terrible wrestler in any way, but his character work, his storytelling, his stuff, it's just boring. And he goes into the corner and do that fucking slap. I hate that slap with a passion. It looks terrible every single time he does it. But I just find Eddie Kingston boring now, and especially in 2025, he's coming off a very, very bad knee injury. I just don't think I'm going to find much excitement in Eddie Kingston in 2025. Eddie Kingston's going to beat Big Bill here. It feels like it's pretty damn obvious, but I can't say I really care. Match number 2, man. If it ain't matches for $500,000 fake money that we as fucking audience members never act. The only refreshing thing about that money shit is the Young Bucks, who you actually get to see what they're doing with it and actually rejuvenating them. You know, that's the kind of like gimmick you can do when you want to put money on the line. Like, hey, the Young Bucks have been suffering, and as you see the Young Bucks, here in this match, the Young Bucks have been kind of suffering without money, even though you lost your EVP status, but we all know you still have that fucking money. But it was fucking hilarious to watch him come out with different bullshit every week. It was fucking hilarious. And they're gonna spend all this $500,000 because I know I guess being the elite is back. I don't know, but I guess Matt or whoever went and gambled it. And they paid the production crew to give their money, their entrances back and shit like that. So that's great for them. But that's been the only good thing. The rest of these money matches fucking suck because I don't see what those guys do with the money. We don't need to do a money fucking all-star match for $500,000 every fucking week. It's lazy, and you can just tell it's lazy. It's just lazy creative. It's boring. It gives me no reason to want to tune in. I don't give a fuck. They're already making thousands of, maybe even millions more money than me. Why the fuck do I care if they get another $500,000? I mean, good lord, dude. But and then if it's not matches for money, it's a fucking Terminator. Why am I thinking? I don't know. It's a fucking tournament, and it's like we don't need to do a tournament every goddamn week. We did a tournament to figure out who would face Bobby Lashley, and then we're doing an eliminator tournament for a triple threat match for the fucking unified title, and then we're doing fucking qualifying matches for a tag team ladder match that came out of nowhere. Where the fuck is our story? What gives me interested to watch every week? Great wrestling can only go so far. Great wrestling is great. I love great wrestling. But if you add a story to that, the great wrestling gets even better, even bigger, and it feels 5 times more important. Every week, it's just, let's throw in a tournament. Let's throw in a match for make-believe money. Let's throw in a fucking qualifying matches so we don't have to fucking think of different ways to get our fucking title. It's a fucking tag title match. You could have just done a number 1 contenders match and then told a story, have the Young Bucks win the number 1 contenders match, and then tell a 3-week story from Brodito to the Young Bucks going into All Out. I mean, it can't be this complicated. And there's a lot of shit I want to complain about WWE too, so I don't want to hear it that, oh, it's just AEW, watch AEW. I don't watch to hate AEW. I tune into AEW to hopefully watch a good wrestling show, and sometimes I can't really tell you if I get that or not, because there's nothing keeping my eyes locked onto the screen to my left to actually watch the show. I mean, I used to watch Dynamite, wrestling, all of those upstairs on my big TV. Now the rest of I just watch on the side of my room while I'm playing video games, because I truly don't give a fuck to pay attention to it for the most part. Some scenes I do, some scenes I catch my eye over there. But, I mean, when we're just wrestling for make-believe money and these random all-star 4-ways with 8 different fucking people, I have no reason to turn my head, no reason to want to sit down and turn it on, because if I turn it on, I'm just going to sit on my phone anyway, because I'm bored. Listen, I don't know, I just kind of went on a big rant right there, of how I want to fucking watch wrestling and enjoy wrestling, and no company is giving me what we want as a fan base, as fans of professional wrestling, the reason why we watch. And it's another fucking problem that WWE is trying to make you pay an arm and a leg for a mid-fucking product. I mean, it was worse, the product was worse under Vince, don't get me wrong, and it hasn't ever gotten to that bad of a point, no matter how much the AEW fans, the weird part of the AEW fan base, want to spin it that way. I mean, Triple H's booking is not... Raw and SmackDown are at least bearable to watch. I can watch it and not fucking hate my fucking life. But it's not good either, so I don't know. Brodito, I'm not even going to fucking go through this shit anymore. Brodito is going to retain the tag titles. I can't see them losing right away. Let's get on to this triple threat match, where now we fucking take this from the last video, where we just had a random fucking eliminator tournament to decide, you know, who the fuck's gonna be in this match. It's boring and I don't care. I mean, God, man. I know this all just kind of stems from, hey, if you don't like it, don't watch it. But I want to watch it, man. I love wrestling. Wrestling has given me so much in life. It has given me... I fucking moved down to Davenport, Iowa to wrestle. Unfortunately, it didn't work out because I hurt my knee. I never explained that to you guys. I'm explaining it now. I never actually told it on YouTube because I didn't want to talk about it, really, on YouTube. But if you want to know how much I love wrestling, I moved down to Davenport, Iowa. I was there this January to April, and I only was there for 3 weeks because I hurt my knee 3 weeks in, and I just kind of had a mental battle. Do I still want to be a part of wrestling? I do, at some point in my career. I'm only 22 years old, man. I got a fucking whole life ahead of me still. I also got other plans I want to do. I got this channel. I want to get into acting and voice acting as well. First of all, I got to find something that can help me. You know, I have a small job right now. I'm trying to look for something that I'm going to enjoy. Figure I'm working a part-time job right now that isn't this. I'm actually making money because I'm not making money off this. I don't know, man. I'm not going to get into my personal life. That's for a whole different topic, whole different time, whole different video. I mean, I'm at least somewhat interested in seeing what happens between Takeshita and Okada, and I'm going to go out on a limb and go with a shocker and say Takeshita wins here. It kind of shocks Okada. Maybe Takeshita steals a pin from Okada, and something happens there, but I don't know. I'm going to say Takeshita wins. I think they'll be fucking fire. I hope they actually go that route. They probably won't, I think that'd be fire. Now we got Mercedes Moné versus Riho. And we got, if it isn't fucking Riho, it's Hikaru Shida returning returning 2 times a year. Once at the beginning of the year, once towards the end of the year. They get their fucking TBS title match or their world title match, and they disappear for another 6 months. Listen, if you're gonna go to Stardom, if you're gonna wrestle in Japan, just stay over there. I don't mean to make that sound offensive, but you can't just show up, save someone from getting attacked by Mercedes Moné, and just get a fucking title match. Why do we book it like that? It's just so dumb. I don't care. We all know Riho's gonna lose. There hasn't been a competent fucking challenger since Toni Storm to actually make me believe that Mercedes Moné is going to lose. Now, I'm not saying that every match should say, hey, Riho could possibly win here. Or, hey, Athena could possibly... I mean, I could believe Athena could win, at least. As I said, I'm not saying that every fucking match is going to be... Like, I know Kyle Fletcher's not going to win. But Kyle Fletcher's a TNT champion. Of course I know he's not going to win the world title from Hangman Adam Page. It's Hangman Adam Page's, second defense? He isn't losing the title here. He's obviously not going to lose to Kyle Fletcher. But Kyle Fletcher isn't even up there of being a world champion yet. I wouldn't say he is, at least. He's done some great work, don't get me wrong. But he isn't a world champion yet, at least. Maybe one day, but I just don't see it yet. And no one in their right mind sees Riho beating Moné. And it's not, as I said, there's nothing wrong with a match. Because once someone wins a title, they're obviously not going to normally lose their first title match. Maybe even their second title match, like Adam Page today. But at least tell me a story that makes me want to believe that they can win. You know? I don't know. Mercedes Moné is going to win here. Give me someone that can actually believably beat Moné. We're this far into the reign. I need to see people each and every single week believable that they could win. Toni Storm versus Jamie Hayter versus Chris Statlander versus Thekla for the AEW Women's World Championship. What are we doing? Where did this even come from? I remember it just got announced some random... I don't know if it was Toni Storm just called out people on Collision. If this is how Toni Storm loses the title, this is fucking awful. Give me some... So this is the Women's World Championship. There should be some story here. I can't see Toni Storm losing to any of these women. I can't. There's no women on that roster besides Moné who is even believable to beat Toni Storm. And that's just how far, past everyone that Tony Khan has pushed Moné and Toni Storm. I don't believe in anybody to win. And I'm not going to predict anybody else until it eventually just randomly happens. And who knows when that'll be. Toni Storm's going to win here, man. Match number 6. I really sound like I'm hating on AEW today. And I don't normally do that in these videos. And I normally just tell you, hey, I don't care. I think this person's going to win. But I feel like it's a conversation that needs to be had. And if you want to hate that, hate that. I don't really care. But it's just a conversation that needs to be had. Now, when we look at the Hurt Syndicate versus Ricochet and the Gates of Agony, at least there's some sort of kind of story here. The Gates of Agony and Ricochet screwed the Hurt Syndicate out of their tag titles. So, of course, the Hurt Syndicate wants them, they want to put in some hurt back. Pun intended. Sorry. MVP's actually going to be wrestling, which is going to be kind of cool. Maybe he's not. Maybe he brings in somebody else. I highly doubt it'll be, it won't be, Cedric Alexander, because Cedric Alexander has a problem with AEW or something like that. I don't know the details. I don't give a fuck to know the details, because I don't give a fuck about their personal lives or who they hate and who they don't. It's fucking entertainment. I don't give a shit. I do, to an extent. Like, I care that I want them to be happy, obviously, but if I'm going to sit here and be honest with you, I don't really give a fuck what they do in their personal lives. But this makes sense. MJF, I don't know. I really don't. I don't think we ever really got a reason as to why the Gates of Agony took out Hurt Syndicate. We might have, and I might have missed it. And if I did, I'm sorry. But I think we kind of know the Hurt Syndicate's gonna win here. And Ricochet kind of has a story to tell with them, because I think Ricochet wanted to first be a part of it when he got in, but they didn't want him to be. I don't really know. I can't remember exactly from, was it the beginning of this year? Was it like a year ago at this point? I don't remember. Doesn't really matter. But I think we believe the Hurt Syndicate's going to win here. Match number 7. we got Mark Briscoe versus MJF. This is something I've actually really enjoyed when it comes to MJF. MJF on the mic is just incredible, and MJF the wrestler is just incredible. He's just an all-around great professional wrestler, all-around great heel. Mark Briscoe is a great, believable babyface, man. I'd love to see him get more shine in the mid-card division, maybe even take the title from Kyle Fletcher. I mean, I don't know if Mark Briscoe will ever be an AEW World Champion. He's been a Ring of Honor World Champion, which is cool. I know Jay Briscoe has won that in the past. This is like a tables and tacks match, I guess. Should be fun. I do think this is going to be a really great match. This is really a blood feud between Mark Briscoe and MJF, and they've done a good job of week-to-week television for it, and they always do with MJF. Like they always do with Will Ospreay, they always do with Swerve, they always do with Adam Page. There's always great week-to-week storytelling with them, but we need to be able to do that with more people. You can't just, especially with the women's division, you need to be able to do that with everybody. Sorry. But I do believe MJF's going to win here. MJF still has his contract. He was just yelling at Tony Khan in the thing. I can't remember what for. As I said, I only caught a glimpse of that one. That was just earlier today, or I guess Wednesday. I'm recording this Thursday morning, I guess. Wednesday night. It's 1:12 a.m. I'm just trying to get these recorded. I'm pretty busy tomorrow, so if I can get these recorded, then when I get home, I can record like a Kronos episode for the weekend. Because I want to record episodes for the weekend, so I can not have to record. If I can record an episode for Saturday, which I have to, obviously, and then record an episode for Sunday and Monday, then I can at least watch football and not have to worry about getting an episode up like I did this past weekend. But MJF is probably going to win here, and it should be a good match. Match number 8, we got Jon Moxley versus Darby Allin, a coffin match. Another match with at least some decent storytelling here. Darby Allin obviously Jon Moxley kind of injured Darby Allin on his way out. I guess Darby was, I believe he was written off TV by Mox and the Hell Riders, the Death Riders, when he left to go climb Mount Everest. It sucks that Darby couldn't be the one to dethrone Mox, but Darby being gone that long just was not going to be good for him when it came to dethroning Mox. So, I mean, that sucks for him, but it's just how the cookie crumbles. But this should be a great match. It's a coffin match. We all know how Darby Allin's going to probably kill himself in this match, too. And I do believe that, if you ask me, Darby Allin should win here. There should be no Jon Moxley beating Darby Allin. And we should be trying to keep building Darby Allin up. Because I do believe MJF eventually gets back his title. And if the one person that should be able to dethrone MJF, it should be Darby, 100%. So I got Darby winning the confident match here. Match number 9. Adam Copeland and Christian Cage versus FTR. This should be a really good match, man. I'm excited for this. Great to see Adam Cope and Christian, or Edge and Christian, I should say, back together. I've had a really fun time with this. I don't really care for Dax. I used to love FTR, man. Like 3 years ago, when FTR was going on to Ring of Honor and battling the fuck out of the Briscoes, man, I loved FTR. They were probably, I was saying they were the greatest tag team on the planet, which I still believe that they are. They're still one of the greatest tag teams on the planet. They're just, Dax on social media has really made you just kind of sour your taste on Dax already, especially when you're a fan. When you're not I'm not an AEW diehard fan, I'd say. I'm a professional wrestling diehard fan. I love professional wrestling, but I'm also not like, I'm going to go out there and fairly criticize AEW, and Dax some people fairly criticize AEW, so he'll go after them. I don't know. It's kind of shit that pisses you off, I guess. But so my liking with them has gone down a lot. I wouldn't say they're my favorite tag team anymore. I don't even know if I have a favorite tag team. I guess Motor City Machine Guns or DIY are up there, but the way that we've booked tag teams in both AEW and WWE is awful, and I just wish we'd get back to how good tag team wrestling was. And I feel like it's because both of them don't think tag team wrestling is as popular as it was, but I think that's complete bullshit. But I don't know. I could actually see this going either way. We could go FTR first winning, and maybe FTR going and winning the tag titles, and then Copeland and Cage taking FTR. I just don't know if I see Cope losing quite yet. I don't know, man. This could go either way, in my opinion. I'm gonna predict Copeland and Cage because it's hard to bet against Copeland. I mean, I don't know if he's the one that fucking gets involved, but he's always winning for some damn reason. He's barely put anyone over since he returned in 2020, so who really knows, man. Other than that, yeah, I could see FTR winning too. Match number 10, the main event, which I'm assuming it was going to be the main event. It could also not be, I guess. Adam Page versus Kyle Fletcher, the world champion versus the TNT champion for some fucking reason. for the AEW World Championship. Now, this should be a great match. We should be trying to build up the TNT title, because I have a feeling that Adam Page is going to win here, and Kyle Fletcher is going to go back to Collision and offer open challenges and be a fighting champion, because they have no fucking creative vision for that title whatsoever. It's just open challenges every week, which is fun every once in a while. I guess when Cope does it, it makes sense. Cope is just trying to give the younger talent a shot. And I thought that was fun when John Cena did the U.S. title tournament, or now with Sami Zayn, because Sami Zayn's won the world title. I mean, he won the U.S. title, which is great, so he's going to bring back the U.S. Open Challenge, which I'm actually kind of excited for, to get new names in there to fight Sami Zayn and kind of do what John Cena did. But open challenges every single fucking week for the same fucking title over and over again, you can't do that. It gets boring, man. It really does. But this should be a good match. Adam Page is going to win here. I'm going to get going so I can record WrestlePalooza predictions. That's going to do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, please drop a like. That would be greatly appreciated. If you're new here, please subscribe for more AEW and WWE professional wrestling content. We also do video game content as well, as we just got done with Lost Soul Aside. So if you want to go check out that series, you can go check that out. It's been uploaded to the past week, maybe even 2, I guess. And the last episode came up yesterday, so you can go check that out. Otherwise, starting tomorrow, we got Kronos: A New Dawn. After that, we have DLC for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, DLC for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, DLC for, not DLC, Borderlands 4, and then we got DLC for Atomfall, DLC for Assassin's Creed Shadows. I just finished August's games, and it's middle of September. You gotta love it. Then we got Dying Light the Beast. Then we got Silent Hill F. And once that's all done, in October we got Ghost of Yotai, we got Battlefield 6, and we got Dispatch. So, and as far as I know, in November we got Black Ops 7. That's it so far in November. Hopefully it stays that way. I guess we'll find out. Other than that, social media is down in the description below. Twitter and Instagram, you can go and follow those. You can see my reactions to AEW All Out all throughout Twitter, as I don't really do a reaction video. I don't do a review video or something like that. Other than that, you can also, I don't know why I thought about getting into reviews. I don't ever know why I didn't do them. I do prediction videos. I think I should do at least a review of some kind. But, I don't know. I just didn't do it. And I just got into the, I don't know. It was dumb. I wasn't really thinking, and now I'm trying to think, which is why in 2026 I'm trying to start anew. But other than that, leave your prediction. Leave a comment about my predictions. Leave a comment with your prediction for AEW All Out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for tuning in.